Why did the Colorado Avalanche call a press conference about Gabriel Landeskog? It's not what you think. Welcome into your Denver Sports Daily for May 23rd. Let's go.
Taking you through your morning headlines, it's Denver Sports Daily with Rachel Vigil.
What's the latest on the captain, Gabriel Landeskog? Well, everybody, Gabe is not retiring. Woohoo! We probably could have known that from the press conference or from the press release that came out yesterday. Essentially, if Gabe was going to retire, there was going to be a whole celebration. They would have done it down at Ball Arena, not at Family Sports where the team practices. So no worries yet. No news on Gabriel Landeskog retiring. However, how hard was it for him not being out there for the playoffs? Let Gabe tell you himself. Take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a slow form of torture, I feel like. And, it's win or lose, you want to be out there with the guys, right? Like, even after heartbreaking losses, you want to be in the room with the guys. You want to be around the guys. You want to be there to support them and just kind of go through all those things with them, whether it's ups or downs. But at the end of the day, I knew it wasn't necessarily my time, and I tried to support the guys the best I could, be around the team, which was probably equally as important for the guys as it was for me as well, and for my mental state, just to be around the guys and around the team. So hard, no doubt, but I just kind of kept telling myself that, there'll come a time when you're back in there and your time will come, type of thing.
A slow form of torture, and to be completely honest, for us too, even as fans, it was a slow form of torture seeing Gabriel Landeskog walking into Ball Arena, but yet not taking the ice. We're hoping to see him out there soon, but is there a time frame for him to return? Gabe answers that question.
You asked about next season.
Mm-hmm.
Between, when's training camp?
So September, mid-September.
Mid-September and start of April. Feel pretty good about it.
Nikola Jokic is again on the All-NBA first team, unsurprisingly getting the honor for a fourth time on Wednesday. This time, though, unanimously. The current NBA MVP has been named to the All-NBA teams the last 6 years, including a second-team nod last year as he finished runner-up to Joel Embiid in MVP. Now, he has almost as many All-NBA honors as the rest of the franchise's history combined. David Thompson is the lone player to ever make a first team aside from Jokic, doing so twice. And yeah, it's not really surprising. I'm happy for Jokic. I'm hoping he's celebrating in Serbia and just hanging out. But honestly, not crazy surprised on this front. And honestly, what an honor for Jokic, of course. Now, staying on the NBA side of things, Golden State Warriors forward Draymond Green was on Shaq's podcast this week, and he went on a rant about Denver Nuggets point guard Jamal Murray not getting suspended in the playoffs. You'll remember Murray threw a heat pack and a towel on the floor during Game 2 against the Minnesota Timberwolves during live play. No one was hurt. Murray wasn't given a technical foul, and the game rolled on, and the Wolves blew out the Nuggets, excuse me. He goes on to say, I would have been suspended for the rest of the playoffs. And I think it was absolutely insane that you get a $100,000 fine, no suspension, nothing for throwing a heat back at an official. Man, I throw a word at an official and they throw me under the jail. Green continued. But let's also be completely honest. He's done quite a lot, Draymond Green, to get himself in a lot of trouble on the court for saying things to the officials and just doing other things. So would he probably have gotten suspended if he would have done that? Yeah, but let's look at the history here, Draymond Green. Sorry, but it's just the truth. Sticking in the NBA, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving combined for 63 points as the Dallas Mavericks beat the Minnesota Timberwolves 108-105 in Game 1 of the 2024 Western Conference Finals. Didn't see that one coming. The Wolves committed 5 of their first 10 turnovers in the final frame when the Mavs outscored them 10-3 in the final 3.5 minutes to erase what was a 4-point lead for Minnesota. Doncic had 15 of his 33 points in the fourth quarter as the 5th-seeded Mavs rallied for the win on the road. Wolves star Anthony Edwards, had 8 points in the first quarter and just 11 for the rest of the game. Game 2 is Friday at 8:30 p.m. Did not see that one coming, but hey, you know how they always say, if you have to go 7 games, you can be mentally exhausted, even if you are on your home court. The Mavs got a little bit more rest than the Timberwolves did, and they were able to pull one off. And to be honest, I kind of think I'm rooting for the Mavs now at this point. Heading over to the NFL, Peyton Manning, award winner of the Mizell Institute Community Enrichment Award for the Payback Foundation, which, by the way, we just have to point out, Payback is spelled Peyback, Payback Foundation. And of course, they had to ask the former Broncos QB about the newest Broncos QB. Take a listen.
Yeah, look, I think experience is still your best teacher, and there's lots of philosophies and debates on whether you sit a rookie or you play him right away. Obviously Patrick Mahomes sat for a year, and then he's been to an AFC championship every year since. I'm not sure that would have, if he would have played as a rookie, I still think he would have had the same success. So, I played as a rookie. That was, it was not a fun year, is well documented. How many interceptions that I threw. I mean, if any one of these rookies wanted to break my interception record, I'd be for it. I don't want Bo to break it, but I'd like to get that one off my resume. You'd think with 17 games that they would be able to do it, right? It's 28. It's shouldn't be that hard. But anyway, I'm over it. Look, they're going to play the best quarterback, but there's no question. I think any quarterback would tell you, being out there on the field, you just learn more things than you do sitting on the sideline. Any quarterback will tell you that. So when that happens, for Bo, these quarterbacks, obviously, Sean will make that decision. But I do think experience is your best teacher. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, right? I mean, I went 3-13 my rookie year and didn't play very well. We went 13-3 the next year. There's no way that would have happened had I not played and kind of gone through those struggles and thrown those interceptions and figured out, hey, okay, I can't do that anymore. Hey, these guys are faster. You just sort of file it all away. And, Eli played, I think, 6 games his rookie year, and he said what he learned in the 6 that he played was, night and day compared, to the 10 that he sat. So, we'll see how it all shakes out.
Now, Peyton wasn't just the award winner of the Mizell Institute Community Enrichment Award. He also is winning an award alongside his brother. So the Super Bowl and the Manning brothers were big winners at the 2024 Sports Emmys. The CBS broadcast of the Super Bowl won Outstanding Live Special, while Monday Night Football with Peyton and Eli, also known as the Manningcast, won Outstanding Live Series. I love that show. I think they do such a fantastic job over there, and it's so entertaining, and Peyton thinks so himself. Take a listen.
I mean, I really have enjoyed doing it. I enjoy working with Eli. That makes it fun. I guess I think Eli and I really have a lot of fun doing the show. I think a big reason that is because I do it from here in Denver and he does it from New Jersey. I think we're very happy about being able to do it and be home on the weekends and be home, 10 minutes after the show. So I think when you're having fun doing something, the audience sees that you're having fun. Maybe they have fun with you. I think that's the goal. But look, the game's important to me. I'm a staunch defender of the game. So to stay close to it and to do it kind of in a fun way, to work with Eli and sort of try to bring out the positives of the game and but still be a part of our kids' lives on the weekends. I mean, I go to my daughter Mosey plays volleyball, and I go to her games from like 4 to 5 on Mondays, and I drive over to my buddy's garage and get to call a Monday Night Football game. I mean, it doesn't really make a lot of sense, and for some reason they've renewed us to do it. And this year we're going to add Bill Belichick. Now, explain that. I was kind of wondering if I've been hit in the head too many times. That I was recruiting a guy, he was being courted by the other networks, and I was recruiting a guy that pretty much made a lot of my football life miserable. And I was asking him, no, we really want you to come work with us. And I think that'll be great, right, to bring a whole different kind of insight to the game on the defensive side. Bill Belichick is knows all things football, and I just remember Tom Brady used to tell me how he used to sit with Coach Belichick on Tuesdays, and Belichick would just kind of tell him what we need to do to win this game. Tom, this is what the defense is going to try to do to you. Tony Dungy did that with me. So to have that different perspective on every game that Eli and I are doing this year, I think would be awesome. So we're excited to do it again, and it's been fun to do.
The NFL draft is heading to Steel City. The NFL announced Wednesday that the 2026 draft would be held in Pittsburgh for the first time since 1947. The event will be held outside of Acrisure Stadium, according to Steelers CEO Art Rooney II. The draft brings a massive influx of tourists into the host city. This year's draft in Detroit drew more than 775,000 fans. And the 2025 NFL draft will be held in Green Bay, which will be very interesting if we're going to be completely honest, just with trying to get out to Green Bay. Now, former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown has filed for bankruptcy. Brown states he owes nearly $3 million to 8 different creditors. CTE SPN Network, Brown's media company, said in a statement, NFL legend Antonio Brown has filed for bankruptcy today. He will be a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2027. He will be releasing new music this summer, and he is also the founder of the most trusted source in all of sports. The generational run continues. Brown played in the NFL for 12 years. Do with that what you will on that statement, because it's something interesting, if I'm not going to lie. Now, TNT will air select games of the college football playoffs beginning in 2024. The network reached a 5-year agreement with ESPN, and TNT will broadcast 2 first-round playoff games for the next 5 seasons. Beginning in 2026, TNT will get to broadcast 2 quarterfinal games each year. This comes just days after the NBA is finalizing media rights with ESPN, NBC, and Amazon later this week, because this means that the 2024-25 will officially be the last season for Inside the NBA on TNT, with Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, Charles Barkley, and Shaquille O'Neal, which I'm still upset about. Now, I always love to share something fun with you guys at the end of the show, and the NHL playoffs have gone to the dogs. The NHL and Petco are teaming up for the Stanley Pup Program, a canine skills competition featuring 16 rescue dogs representing the 16 playoff teams. The competition will air June 7th on NHL Network and ESPN Plus, with celebrity guests like Miranda Lambert, Mickey Guyton, and Kristen Chenoweth. Oh my goodness, I can't say that. You can meet the dogs, many of whom are up for adoption, at petcolove.org/Stanley Pup. So I love this so much. Give me anything with the dogs. It's kind of like the Super Bowl thing they do with the dogs as well. And of course, we got your Rocky schedule for you here on this Thursday. Rockies actually get a win last night, 4-3 against the Oakland A's, and will play today at 1:37 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay, let's get into it, everybody. Whew, we got a lot to do. It's going to be real quick. We're going to speed run through some of these comments in here. Main one, did Chris McFarland say anything about the plans for the summer, about how they can keep Drew and about the Val situation, about how the cap is impacted? The press conference was still going on when we started Denver Sports Daily today. Will Peterson is working on an entire article of everything that you need to know from that press conference, denversports.com. But I do know McFarland confirmed termination of Nichushkin's contract at this point is not an option. So they will have to do that. Says rebuilding that trust will in fact be difficult. Doesn't come as a surprise. I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to be completely honest with you. In that locker room, I don't know if anybody will be willing to forgive him for obviously the 2 years, and it will be in fact very, very hard. But termination of the contract is not at any point this season, or it's not eligible right now, I guess I should say more that way. But again, anything about Druin, you definitely should check out Denver Sports. I did not hear anything. A lot of it was just about Gabe, how he's doing, how he's handling the situation. I also know Gabe spoke on Nichushkin as well. So make sure you check out that article at denversports.com. And of course, we will have any other updates for you guys right back here tomorrow morning for Denver Sports Daily as well. Let's see. Thanks, Rachel, for your tiredness work covering Colorado sports teams. You are the best. Well, first of all, thank you so much for spending just a little bit of your day hanging out with me. There is a lot of news going on right now, so we are trying to do fast stuff. The Nuggets are going to be meeting with the media at 11:30. The Broncos, we have our filming period at 10:30, and then we're hearing from Sean Payton at 12:30. So it's a very busy day, so it's a perfect day to make sure you are following Denver Sports on any social media platforms as well. That way you stay up to date, because there's going to be a ton coming out today. What a crazy, crazy Thursday. Last one we will get to. I honestly believe that Landeskog will be back playing soon. That's the hope. I would be so incredible. I know he spoke about, how he wants his kids to see him play and everything else like that. So that's my hope for him as well. Plus, he's looking really good. It feels like he lost a little bit of weight. He's looking a little bit, a little more tone, I guess I should say. So hopefully we do see him back out on the ice sooner rather than later. But you guys, thank you so much. I'm headed off to Broncos. Wish me luck. Hopefully I could get there in time, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.